So I am, honest to God, just wandering around. I'm early for a doctor's appointment. And what do I spot but these marvels? I'm going to have to come back for these after my appointment. Okay, so now that I have more time to pay attention to my surroundings, I see that these are outside of the Queens Library. Long dead Verizons. And somebody put some kind of mirror placement on it. I'm guessing that was some attempt at artwork or something. I don't know. And unfortunately, the old number is not legible on either one of them. But I may be able to dredge them up out of my website. I don't know how these could have not crossed my radar all this time, but maybe I just encountered them a long time ago and forgot about them. And who knows, maybe there's another one in the library. By the way, my doctor visit was a complete waste of time because I sent the referral, but their computers were not able to receive it. So I'm just going to go home. Oh, and I didn't do the side. Right. This had more of the mirror treatment. Doesn't seem to be any explanation for the mirrors, but maybe there was at one point a claim of responsibility. Yeah, on this side too. Boy, this one just off of Queens Boulevard. From a distance, you wouldn't even know it's here. And this one's of interest because it is one of the few to leave a clue as to what company left it behind. This one was Northeast, which also had some phones out in Sunset Park. And this is the Fortress. Virtually impossible to open this thing without proper keys and such. Let's see if I have another card here. It's a good placement. Nobody's going to be using those touch-tone buttons anyway. This could very well be another one that's new to me. I don't recall this 63rd Avenue station having one of these left over. Old PTS rig. I think the booth clerk is staring at me. So this is a window display at I forget what this mall. I always forget what this mall is called. Queens Boulevard. You'd think they would have taken the phone number off of the phone. I know what phone number I'm going to be looking up when I get home. That's right, this is Queens Center Mall. And this, I guess this is a retro display. It is lined with old Queens Center Mall advertisements from newspapers. And I see some LP records and a tool chest. You'd think this was a thrift shop, but it's a very modern mall. So it looks like I'm actually going to be walking all the way back from Forest Hills to Astoria. And this kind of distance walking is not new to me, but I wasn't expecting to do it today. Might as well check on these Broadway beauties. I'm afraid to even touch this. I'm having trouble reading that here, but I'm pretty sure the identifying information of who left these phones behind has been excised. But there they are. Well, one of them at least. There used to be a lot more, well, there used to be a bit more payphone detritus along this stretch of Broadway in Elmhurst. But most of it finally disappeared. I don't know when these things are going to get yanked, but they're not hurting anybody. They're not getting in anybody's way. I don't know, but I'm going to bet you this used to be a payphone on this spot. That's kind of the classic concrete smear where there used to be a clamshell payphone. So I'm going to challenge myself on this to look it up on Street View when I get home. Okay, so I gave myself a payphone challenge, and I think I aced it. I had to go back to 07, but that's clearly a payphone at that exact spot. What was the exact spot anyway? 8221 Broadway, which used to be a Dunkin'. And I'm not sure what it is now. But that concrete smear, if you look at the street views from that location, 8221 Broadway, all the way from 07 up to present, you will see that concrete smear. So sidewalks don't change as much as other things do. Okay, so I said I was probably going to walk all the way back, but it's starting to rain. And it's also a little later than I realized. So I took a detour onto Baxter, and I'm going to go get the 7 train, but not before checking on the last vestige of the Talk to Me project. Honestly, I thought this was supposed to have been dismantled by now. I thought this was going to be gone by early January, and it's the 25th, I think. January 25th. And if you're not familiar, this was a project created by Jordan Seiler, where a payphone would be set up in each of the 5 boroughs, or at least one payphone. And they would be programmed such that if somebody picked up one of the phones, all of the others would ring. And when somebody answered, you'd be talking to a random stranger. Very much in the spirit of my original payphone project website. That was why I started collecting and posting payphone numbers, was so people could do that. And back in those days, you were likely to be able to actually make a connection, because lots of payphones accepted incoming calls, but that changed. So I was involved with this project for much of its development, but the reason this is locked up behind a cage is that some homeless folks made a home of this little corner. They weren't trying to block off use of the payphone, but it sort of looks that way, doesn't it? But the project's done. You won't be hearing it ring anymore. I can't tell if this is for the weed dispensary or the spa, this statue. I always laugh when I see this. Bland beauty. Bland beauty. So this is a map of Queens Plaza in 1913, found at the Queens Plaza subway, where I'm waiting for the R train. They had a carpet shed, a whole bunch of them.